Well, good day, viewers. Today we have an '07 Nissan Altima, and the rad's leaking in the bottom right-hand corner between the tank. I was looking at this to see if there was a way to do this without taking this front bumper off, but it doesn't appear that there is. This rad support, or rad cradle, if you will, is holding the cooling fans. And looks like we got to put it up in the air and take the front bumper cover off, and the front bumper and the condenser. So let's get started. So we've got it up on the hoist. Looks like there's some 7mm bolts on the outside edge here and a bunch of plastic push pins. But there's some hocus pocus going on here. That's not a 7mm. 10mm. Okay, well, we'll take all these plastic push pins out and see what happens. So there's a 6mm bolt on each corner of the fender here, and a few screws along the bottom. So far that I've found, disconnect the fog lights. Guess we're gonna have to pull this block heater cord through, leave it in there, vehicle. We got all the push pins off the top. Pull this off. There we go. Okay, I gotta set this camera down. So once you get all the push pins off the top, this plastic cover comes off. And then there's a foam filler in behind here. I don't know if it was supposed to be stuck on the bumper cover or stuck in here, but nevertheless it just fell on the ground, and I'm gonna have to figure out which way it goes after. Now we'll have to take this bumper off. Looks like 13mm. So there's three 13mm nuts on both sides of the bumper. I'm not gonna disconnect this ambient temp sensor yet unless I have to. This condenser looks pretty beat up. I'm not sure if the AC is working or not. There's the block heater cord, and there is the trusty radiator in there, right there. It's leaking down in the bottom corner down here. We're going to try and move this AC condenser out of the way enough to access, so we don't have to open the system. So disconnect the pressure switch on the condenser receiver dryer. These little plastics push in and the condenser lifts up. I've got to lift it up on this side, but I haven't figured out exactly how to position it just yet. So let the condenser hang gently by the pipes. These little plastic ears pry out, and this one pries in, and then you can pull the clip off, this plastic clip off, and we disconnect the coolant lines. Haven't drained the coolant yet. Well, there's not much in it. Well, this car, being an automatic, has two cooler lines on this side. There's hose clamps down there. You see that little hose clamp right in the middle of the screen? That's the upper one. Got the upper hose clamp off here, but that's not very convenient. I'm going to try and take it off here. Well, there's the rad out. That's a pain in the ass. This lower rad hose down here, if you compress it with a pair of channel locks or needle nose pliers, you can get it to lock in that position and hold the clip kind of like this one here on the top. You watch it like it's a little bomb, and you're gonna have to release it when you put the hose back on. Well, there's the new rad installed. That was painful. These hose clamps are a bitch. Managed to get the two on by locking them and then releasing them with a pick. Got to make sure that bottom one is all the way on, is secure. Condenser, accumulator plugged in, receiver dryer I guess it is. Condenser mounted. Yeah, that's it. We just gotta double check underneath. So there's the bumper back on, and I see this piece of sponge goes on just like so. The tow hook hole is pretty obvious here. There's no hook on the other side, so that's the way it sits. I was going to put a tie wrap on it, but it stays there, and the bumper cover holds it on anyways. Pretty sad when all there is for a bumper is a piece of styrofoam. Now we're going to put this front nose cone back on. I should see if I have some smaller bolt nuts for these. They're supposed to be plastic. Somebody's replaced them on that side. This car's obviously been apart before. Well, there it is, back together and running again. Put all these plastic push pins back in. Don't forget to put this piece underneath here before you put the bumper cover on, because it's a little difficult to get it in afterwards. I had taken the prop rod off, supported the hood with a hockey stick because I'm in Canada, eh? And we're going to run it up to temperature, make sure the cooling system's full and there's no airlocks in it, and take it for a road test. Oh, we're also getting a new rad cap. I have a policy, new radiator, new cap. Thanks for watching.